What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. As you can see, I'm today like in my new place. I've moved here a couple of days ago. So as you don't know, I dropped my first track on Spotify, which called Nexa. Big shout out to the people who worked on this project, Sander, Mateo, for writing and filming. I want to take you with me and break down how I made the Nexa track. So I'm kinda late to the party, but you can never be late, you know? It's late, but not too late. This track was made like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like this. And one day I was listening to the old tracks that I have, and I found this track. So I was like, oh shit, this has a lot of potential to it. Never sleep on the old shit, man, because sometimes you fight some stuff, you'll be like, damn. Always when I want to start like the experimental type of stuff, I always go first like to find like a drum loop, because it sets like the vibe, it sets the direction kinda, and it's easier to get catchy ideas. So I like to go to Splice and go like browse there. And this is how the drum loop sounds like. So you get the vibe. It's kind of like some hyper movement vibe. So after adding the drum loop, I open Synthmaster Player 2, which I think is very underrated. I don't see a lot of people use it, especially for electronic music. Like this is the GOAT, bro. This is the GOAT. If I hover the mouse like on this one, it's gonna play you the sound. So I like this feature. And it has like a lot of sounds, bro. Like what the fuck? So I chose like the bass D and B swell. And then I opened Synthmaster 2 again, and I found this arpeggiator. Don't sleep on arpeggiators. Arpeggiators are the easiest thing to use. Just press one note and see the magic. It starts to come together. It's just like one note, but it's giving like so much hype already. And then I added some chords. I added Synthmaster Player again. I found this preset which called PD Fresh Cut UK. Then I layered the same chords with a different sound. For this time I used Analog Lab. I used the pad Ho. And then I added this hi-hat, which is like not 2 steps, but like one step hi-hat. I don't know what you call it. If I go to the mixer track and I go to the hi-hats, this is a very underrated plugin. One of the craziest plugins that pans thing to the left and right. And it does it like in a circle way. Sometimes when you pan, you go like from left to right or from right to left. This does it like in circles, and it goes to the front and the back. Let me show you visually, because this shows like visually how it works. Imagine like your head is like literally in the middle and it's like going in circles. That's nice, right? So this is this part right now with the drums. One more plugin that I have been using lately, it has like crazy sounds. So if you right click on the presets, you get all these sounds to choose from, and it's all categorized by drums, plugs, pads, whatever, leads, synth, bass, ass. And this is very CPU friendly, and it's a stock plugin. Then I found another arpeggiator, which is unfortunately I could not find anymore, but I have it like as an audio file. What I also do normally, like this is a trick that I have been using like for a while, is when I want to transition like from a part to another part. So think about it like this. This is messy, and when you want to transition to messy, you want to make the transition smooth when you want to score, right? So how we do it is we use a riser, but what we also do is we use small part of this section to transition to it. So here is what I mean. This was actually, I think, like this, and what I did is actually I took the slice tool and just sliced it from here, exported it as its own. It's not this one anymore, it's only this small part. And what I did is I reversed it here before it started, so then you will get this effect. And the rest of it, actually, to be honest, is just an arrangement. Now let's move on a little bit more to the intro. So one of the things that I did is the pitch shift, and I'm also gonna show you how I did it. I know it sounds very dry right now, but when you put it like with everything, it's gonna all come together. I listen a lot to Tame Impala music, and they do a lot of pitch like shift in their leads. I found this way. I don't know if this is like the perfect way to do it, but this is how I do it. But what I did, assigned it to a mixer track and I added pitch shifter, which is like a stock FL Studio plugin. What I did is like this pitch knob, I right clicked on it and I created automation clip. So it starts like here, and then when it gets to this point, as you can see here at the automation clip, it goes like higher, higher, higher. It plays it like high and then it goes low again. So let me play it for you like from here.
Welcome to the next stop, Nexa.
Now let's move on to the spoken part, which is like actually completely AI. I'm gonna show you like how I did it. I went to 11 Labs, I pasted the text there and started generating like sounds and all that stuff. When I dragged it in, I can't do it right now again because I don't want to fuck it up, you know. I dragged it like into the playlist and then I went to this tool, the stretch tool, and then stretched it a little bit. Why? Because like when you stretch it, it gives it like more like a often sampled kind of feeling. So what I did is I double click on this one and then right click on the waveform. I went to edit and pitch corrector. Now you have a new tone. You want the key of the song. In my case, I think it's D sharp minor. Yeah, it's D sharp minor. Go to the scissor tool, go to scale, and then choose the scale that your song is in. In my case is D sharp and I'm in a minor scale. You have major and a minor. So I'm in a minor scale. And then, so what this does, it's gonna force the notes that are like outside of the scale to be in scale. So it's gonna change how it sounds. It's not gonna sound good because we haven't put auto-tune yet. And this is how it sounds like for now.
In a time not so far from our own, the world began to grow quiet in ways most people never noticed.
And then we open auto-tune, we select the key of the song. In my case, it's D sharp minor. In your case, it's gonna be different. And then put the retune speed and then the note transition to 0.1, which is like the fastest, the most auto-tune that you can get.
In a time not so far from our own, the world began to grow quiet in ways most people never noticed.
See, like all these notes that sounds like weird, now it's kind of fixed, it's pitch corrected. We're not done yet, so because we're adding a doubler, which makes it like wider. This is also a very underrated plugin. So what this does actually, it creates like doubles for your sound or for your voice or for the audio track that you're trying to do, whatever it is. But this is how it's gonna sound without, and then I'm gonna play it with.
In a time not so far from our own, the world began to grow quiet in ways most people never noticed.
Bro, that's crazy. And then at the end, CLA2A compressor. So this is it for the breakdown. Thank you for watching, and also go listen and show some love to on Spotify. It's gonna be the first link in the description. I hope you liked it. I'll see you on the next one.